If you didn't know already, because maybe you've been living under a rock, the Dexter Resurrection season finale has dropped. And I have been so excited to talk about this. If you haven't seen it yet, stop this video, go watch it right now. I will wait. Did you see it yet? Let's talk about it. I'm going to start this video off by saying I love the Dexter shows. I've seen the first 8 seasons of the original show at least 4 or 5 times. Now, the ending wasn't my favorite, and I was actually kind of disappointed. But now with Dexter Resurrection, it's not an ending, but more the closing of one chapter as we begin another. Almost 20 years later. I enjoyed New Blood, even though it was a very watered down Dexter, and it was just nice to see him back on the screen. And I even enjoyed Original Sin for that one brief season that we get. But Dexter Resurrection has not only re-sparked the true love I have for this show, it has become one of my favorite seasons of Dexter out of all of them. And yeah, that includes season 4. If you know, you know. This season was packed with great storytelling and new characters and awesome callbacks to the things that we loved about Dexter. Not to mention, it had some of the best dialogue between Dexter and Harry that we have ever seen in the show. And in true Dexter fashion, they always pulled the rug right out from underneath of you. We all thought we had theories and speculations that were aligned with what the show was going to do, and the show still went in a different direction and surprised us all. And I feel that we all enjoyed it. From the very first episode, there was a part of me that knew Batista wasn't gonna be here by the end of the season, and that was devastating to really come to terms with. But all of our speculations of how Batista was gonna end up going out, Prater shooting him in the back, I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card. We had Al, who slipped away from Dexter, outsmarting him, and he's the only one in the show to really be extended into another season like that. And if you don't think Al's coming back, I feel like you're not a true Dexter fan. Dexter's not going to let that go. And Prater's character, Prater really felt like a character that was going to extend into more seasons. I was shocked to see that he was the one on the table for the final episode. Dexter was able to outsmart him and eventually end him, while also completely ruining his image of this police funding good guy for the NYPD. Now they see that he was just a psychopath. And then to cap it all off, Dexter steals his yacht to drop his body. Like the real slice of life callback when Dexter dropped his bodies off the boat. I loved that we got that. I was a little fanboy in episode, I think it was 3, when we were going through Prater's vault and he had all of those items, whether it be the Dexter items or the Bay Harbor Butcher items, or even Jeffrey Dahmer's refrigerator and things like that. I was so geeked out by how the show did that. I was even more astonished that Prater, with all of his extensive knowledge, didn't know from the get-go that Dexter wasn't who he said he was. The worst part about this entire show is that now we have to wait at least a year for more of it, and I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I could take that. But let's speculate a little bit. Let's converse and theorize, where is this show gonna go? Because there's one theme that this show has really kind of hammered home, and it's really the same theme that the original show always carried. And it's that if you get close to Dexter, your life really is ruined or over. Rita, Deb, LaGuerta, Dokes, now Batista, all of which who got too close to Dexter and ended up dead. And I think the show is going to explore more of that. I think next season, Quinn's going to get too close. And I think Quinn knows exactly who Dexter is. And he also knows just to back the fuck off. But with the revelation of Batista investigating this and understanding that Dexter is still alive, and now that Batista's dead, I don't think Quinn's gonna let it go. And he's gonna be a prominent figure in the next season, and probably the next person that was close to Dexter that is gonna reach his demise. We also have Masuka, who I'm sure will get involved in the fold. And then we have Harrison, Dexter's son. Are they gonna team up and become this father-son serial killers duo? We definitely have the one who got away, Al. He's gonna come back into the fold somehow. And if you remember, Harrison's friend at the hotel, Elsa, in many scenes wore a ponytail. They just disguised it in a way where it wasn't just a straight up ponytail, but she had a ponytail. Is she gonna be the one that gets got by Al? Is she gonna be the key component that brings Harrison into the fold with Dexter? Is Harrison gonna end up in jail because of Dexter? Is Harrison gonna kill Quinn to protect Dexter? There's so many theories rolling around in my head, but the one thing that I think is cemented is that everybody that we know who's gotten close to Dexter is really on the chopping block when it comes to this show. And we have the New York Ripper. We have a name now, but the name really doesn't mean shit because it's not a character that we've been introduced to. Who is the New York Ripper? Is it gonna be somebody that finds out about Dexter and goes after Dexter? Or is Dexter going to look into who the fuck the New York Ripper is and find him? All of these breadcrumbs we were getting throughout the season wasn't just to show the NYPD and their obsession over this serial killer for no reason. He's clearly going to come into the fold, or she, because we have no idea who they are. All I know is I just can't wait. I cannot wait for the next season of Dexter Resurrection. This show has just been so good. I like the change up in scenery. I like that they're in New York. I'm loving the father-son dynamic between him and Harrison. I mean, that episode where Prater meets Dexter, aka Red, at the dinner table with his son Harrison, and they have to sneak out. And then Dexter's just geeked out by telling his son all of these things he's been doing, all of these people he's been killing that were serial killers, and he just seemed so happy to share that information because he doesn't have anybody to share that with. And then we get a small cameo from Hello Little Brother, Brian Moser, which was just icing on the cake. This show knows exactly what they're doing, and I am so excited to see what they do for the next season. Please tell me in the comments, what do you think is gonna happen? Where is this show gonna go? Who do you think is gonna be affected? I'm super interested to hear all of your thoughts and your theories and your speculations, especially because we all have so many of them, and the show does such a good job at making us all wrong, which is what I enjoy so much about the show. If you don't already, follow Media Poop Shoot for more of that movie, TV shows content, because I'm here to give it to you. I'm gonna drop loads on you of content.